Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of This Week in Eorzea. I am happy to see all of you, and you, Pyra, who joins me every week and is my better half.
Oh, no, you. Hello, everybody.
Yay! I hope everyone is having a fantastic Thanksgiving weekend, right? No? Okay,
I'll be in a month.
Okay. Well, if you know a Canadian, I hope you have a fantastically warm dinner, cozy nap. Take care of yourself. I am thankful for all of you. In the meantime, we have some Final Fantasy XIV news. What?
Before I do that, officially, happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome.
I went to 2 Thanksgiving Day dinners, and I got to eat one of them. So,
50-50,
you know, and I've got a fridge full of leftovers. So,
best part about, I think that's one thing that we can agree about between Canada and the United States. Nothing better than Thanksgiving leftovers. You have them for days.
Absolutely. I made out of my sister's house with half of the gluten-free cheesecake. So
not bad.
Okay. What do we got? So news first up. What? I don't know. Concept art revealed from the Korean Fan Fest. Concept art. Korean Fan Fest has been kind of tight-lipped, to be honest. There's a couple of people who are saying we haven't got much out of it. What did we get out of it?
So we got a few notes that I saw. One of them is a concept art for the cosmic exploration zones. So even though, from what I know, Korea hasn't gotten Dawn Trail yet, like 7.0, they're already talking about things that has yet to come even for the rest of the world that is access. So we got a little sneak peek of that. We get a sneak peek of one of the bosses from the Final Fantasy XI Alliance Raid series crossover. And we got a peek at one of their new glamour items. I don't know if it's a cash shop item for them, but it is a Korean exclusive unisex item.
That's kind of sad because this thing looks really cool. I'm just looking at it for the first time now. Let's see if I can share. What do we got? So that is the Korean glam. Like, I would wear that.
It's cute.
It is cute. And what do we got? So that's the 11 raid boss.
It is. Do you recognize this boss? As a non-11 player, I don't recognize it, but I was wondering if 11 player does.
I don't, but then like I was pretty casual 11, so it might have been something that either I missed or just didn't get to.
Fair.
So we'll have to do our research. If you want a guy who has done his research, Mr. Happy probably knows.
Oh, absolutely.
And what is this? What is this?
So supposedly these are kind of concept art drawings for something that we'll see in Cosmic Exploration.
We get mech suits?
I don't know what the whole concept is with it. You can kind of see I'm moving my cursor like you can see my cursor. You can kind of see next to the suit on the left on the ground like a person stand-in, like a cutout.
Oh, yeah. They are huge.
They are huge, which is wild. So like I feel like this is maybe part of how we do our gathering, and then if so, like, is this a mount? Is this our mount that we're going to get and then we use it for I don't know. So it's kind of a lot of big question marks. But Yoshi P did confirm it belongs to the Cosmic Exploration feature. And the comparison to the figure next to the scale is supposed to be a Rogadin.
That's a Rogadin?
Supposedly.
Okay. Then this thing is like 3 Rogadins tall.
How many Lalafels? A lot.
That's probably at least a dozen Lalas. Oh my god. Okay. Wow.
Pretty wild, but I'm glad we got stuff out there for the show that. Most of these will be applicable to what we will see in the game all around the world.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's the FanFest. There was also PAX Australia. Do we have any word what the Aussies were up to?
So they had a fan event over there. There wasn't any real news. There was one panel about kind of story with Ishikawa. I didn't get to see that one, unfortunately, but most of it was very similar to what we've seen at PAX West and PAX East. Just a lot of people going through the battle challenge, getting some free stuff, and then they had a really cool kind of like social event over there too. So nothing newsworthy necessarily, but just a lot of really cool cosplays and, you know, photos from PAX Australia. Looked like they had a really fun time over there.
Okay, and there was a Gateway Fate. What is this?
Fate.
What is this?
I wish I read up on this more before, but it is an unofficial they call it an unofficial Final Fantasy XIV fandom convention and social meetup. Yeah, that's a lot, but it happens in St. Louis, Missouri. I guess it's a new annual thing, and there were even, I believe, Senna Breyer was there. So they had voice actors, they had fans, they had people doing cosplay, some people high on the cosplay chain for Final Fantasy XIV, some people that are kind of known for their cosplays, and people were selling Final Fantasy XIV art. They had kind of an artist alley. Bakul Jaja's voice actor was there, so it was just a nice fan orchestrated event, which was pretty
right. Oh, wow. Okay. So that covers like different places across the continents here.
Yeah. It's pretty wild. Like, I've never really seen a lot of these, and I say these, not just 14. I've seen a lot of people try to put on an unofficial event. I feel like this one was fairly successful. Just by the amount that I've seen praise over it, it seems like they did a pretty good job.
Okay. Obviously, we can't share everything that happened here, but if you're interested in seeing cosplay photos or other photos of the events, at least you know kind of what to Google to take a look at kind of everything that went on. I've seen some pretty interesting things. I know Fruity Snacks the Fisher was taking a look at some fishing exhibits. I know there was a dog cosplay. So if you're interested in checking it out, definitely take a look. What do we got? We got a Moogle Tome event coming up. So this kind of overlaps with important dates, but the Moogle Tome event is October 15th. Wait, is that tomorrow?
That is tomorrow.
That is tomorrow. There is a Moogle that is tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
There's a Moogle Tome event from the 15th to the patch 7.1 update. So we're going to go over the rewards in just a little bit, but it is also coinciding with a screenshot sweepstakes. They give you no information more than that. They just say, please look forward to it. They'll tell us more at a later date. But so keep your eye out on that. The Moogle event, this one is part of the newly revamped ones that have the Mogpendium instead of just the sign up for whatever duty you want. But honestly, I personally think the Mogpendium really helps with getting those rewards, huh?
Oh, absolutely. I don't want to go back, truthfully. I didn't really hate the system before, but I just find the Mogpendium system much easier to manage, and it helps me actually want to do them in real time with the whole daily, weekly, ulti-Mog, whatever kind of Mog ones. They're like the 4 categories, so it helps.
to do one thing and get like 50 tomes is fantastic, right?
Yeah.
The letter from the producer live that happened a couple weeks back is now all in one place and properly written out in English. So if you want to check it out, there is a link for that. I'll put in the description. There is a free login campaign taking place now as well from the 11th to the 31st. So if you want to experience what 14 has to offer, I'm just kind of reading this as I'm saying it. You can check it out for 96 hours? 90.
I believe so. Yes, up to 96 hours for free.
Okay. Yeah, check it out for free. And the Halloween event, which we'll be talking about in depth again in a little bit, is the 18th to November 4th. So that's the end of this week, isn't it?
The only other thing...
17, 18. No, like Thursday? Friday.
Oh, does it start?
On the 18th.
Oh, yeah, that's Friday.
Yeah.
I don't know what day it is anymore.
Who does?
October something.
Oh, man. Okay. There is a lot going on.
They're definitely revving us up for 7.1. Like, we're starting to now get going.
They want everyone to come back. They want everyone to come back, get settled, get excited again, and be in-game when it launches. Absolutely. Yeah, I guess we will go into the hot topic. We'll start with that. Hot topic. Okay, maybe I can share my screen a little bit again. Let's see here. The All Saints Wake. Okay, let's check this out together, guys.
Get your popcorn.
Get your popcorn. Okay, from Friday the 18th until Monday the 4th. It's a seasonal event, but then you scroll down and you see something that we haven't really seen before. It is a glam set as a seasonal reward with dyeable dual channel horns and a shirt and gloves and pants and boots. So it is dual channel glam set that actually looks like really spiffy. Including dyeable horns. I think that is the first pair of dyeable horns we have in the game.
I think so. And they're ombre.
What?
They're ombre?
Yeah.
Which is like, it's blowing my mind because it's dual dye. I'm like, how is this gonna work?
Exactly. And the tie, like, so snazzy. Everyone is so excited about this. There has been a lot of talk about this. This has been something that we're obviously been looking forward to for a very long time. Do you have any thoughts on this set in particular, and how does it stand out to other sets we've received as seasonal items?
Yeah, so I personally really enjoy this set. I can see myself taking pieces from the set outside of kind of that Halloween spooky period. I kind of think that also stands out with past seasonal event items where a lot of the times, especially for All Saints Wake, we're getting very costume. We're getting vampires. We're getting witches. We're getting ghosts. We're getting a very, like, seasonal piece. Whereas this, I feel like, you can wear this whole outfit any time of year if that's kind of like suits your fancy, and it won't feel out of place, which is really nice. I also think this was just a huge opportunity for them to flex the dual dye channel system. I think they just came into this saying, like, we just implemented the system in 7.0. Let's flex and let's show it off. And that definitely shows with this set here.
Absolutely. And a few high demand items, like the horns, of course, we've mentioned, and the gloves have the nails on them, which a lot of people really like too. This is what we're talking about when we want like event items. I mean, come on. Like, we've had a few kind of disappointing seasonal events over the past year or two. Like the Power Rangers summer event. Okay, Power Rangers is not summer. Or usually for like the Halloween event, we get like a mad scientist garb or a witch garb or a pumpkin head or something. And it's something that is very niche that you can't really think of a lot of ways to use outside of the season. But yeah, this is something you could wear whenever.
Oh, for sure.
It's very, very classy, mixed with a skirt. Like, come on. The reason this is a hot topic is because this is, 1, showing off what they can do with the graphics update, 2, showing off what they can do with the dual dye channels, and 3, giving us a little something that they know we've been lacking. Now, another hot topic I kind of wanted to blend in with this one because it's along the same lines is the egg, the fry egg emote on the cash shop. Okay, some people know I've put out a video on this. Kind of controversial. We know that Creative Business Unit 3 has been very busy with 16 and making sure that launches on PC and everything's a-okay with that. So we've been getting a lot of luxury items on the cash shop, whereas in-game rewards have been really lackluster. So we are really hoping that this is a sign that in-game rewards are going to pick up like Yoshi promised, and they're going to be awesome dual channel perpetual emotes, like well done showcases of what the dev team can do. Thoughts, Pyra?
I have a lot of thoughts, and I did also watch your video, by the way. Yeah, I'm very hopeful for the creativity that's going behind some of these new things. I just also hope that we continue to get a lot of these new things baked into our subscription and not everything kind of not pay to win, because I feel like overall I don't mind a lot of the Mog Station things. Like, I get it, but I hope they don't skimp on the quality of in-game events, rewards, etc., just to make an extra couple bucks. Like, I'm still fine with them having things on the shop that are maybe a little premium. However, like, I don't want all of the premium content living behind a paywall.
Yeah. No, and that makes sense. I mean, especially when, like I said, the only emote we've seen since Dawn Trail release was the fan emote that really everyone felt was a little bit underwhelming because it wasn't perpetual. Like,
yeah, and I love that emote too, but it being not, especially because we have the I could get heated over that one. We have the Wishoi. And that's perpetual. And then you give us the, and I'm probably going to butcher the name, I apologize, but the Uchi Wishoi, why is that not perpetual? Like, if I'm fanning somebody, I don't want to keep clicking. Don't even get me started.
Yeah, maybe it is that we're ignorant to the cultural significance of this emote, but we like fanning things, okay?
I'm here for the. I'm not with a thing like that. I'm here for the memes. Like, that is where my gripe comes from. I need to just keep doing this.
Right? Yeah. So I think that the two things kind of offset. I mean, yeah, disappointed that the fry egg is cash shop. I would have loved to like log into Limsa and seen everyone flipping eggs. I think that would have been cool. But but I'm glad that we are getting some really nifty looking glam. What's the other thing that I did have some really good comments on that video. Someone else suggested that something like that would have made a really good culinarian emote. So rewards for maybe max leveling classes with like crafting actions and stuff. Like that could have been culinarian, and you could have been like hammering a breastplate or something as like armorer. Like, I think that would be a really cool idea.
I think it would get people to play the game more too. Like having more things that you could get in game. That's not gonna kill you to level up your culinarian or your armorer. So I could see that being a successful way to get people invested too.
Right? Those people who like have been putting off leveling their crafters because they don't see a point. Yeah.
I was just like,
Pyra!
Sorry.
Looking at you. No, so super excited about the event glam. The next event that we normally have in game is Christmas, isn't it? We don't normally have one between.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it would go straight to the holidays, which would be kind of like the Starlight, and then the
Heaven's Turn.
Any New Year's? Heaven's Turn. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So our fingers are crossed, waiting to see if they uphold this level of quality. And consistently, like, new emotes are usually released at the 0.1 patches. So some of this new content that's coming out should have some emotes attached to it. So fingers crossed again there that it'll be something just as nifty as frying an egg.
Frying two eggs.
Frying 2 eggs. Oh my god. I liked everything about that emote, okay? I liked that emote. I liked the sound that the spices made going in the pan, the sound of the sizzling, like the way the character was checking it out, like...
I liked how when they moved the frying pan, like the pan, the egg moved. I was like, they are really thinking about every little detail to make this as realistic as possible.
Mm-hmm.
All I could think about is, like, I do have friends that RP to the point of, like, working in a bar or in, like, a little restaurant in-game, and just, like, I could just imagine the venue that you go to is now gonna need a chef everywhere you go, because somebody's just gonna be frying eggs. An egg over there.
Oh, and the way the egg flips in the air. Look, I think I'm going on about this, but it is definitely a showcase item of what they can do after the graphics update, what the item creation team is capable of, and it is super exciting compared to like some of the basic emotes we had, 5 or 10 years ago. This is amazing. It is sad that you do have to pay for it. I will probably not be purchasing it. I'm going to tell myself no, but
but will you listen to yourself?
Listen, my family knows me, and there's a couple family members who really just get me some online stuff for Final Fantasy XIV every year. They're just like, hey, fill up a shopping cart and pay for it, sort of thing. So, yeah. Yeah. Any final thoughts on that?
The only thing I could think of for a minute was when you said exciting, I wanted to say egg-citing, which I typed in.
Exciting.
Egg-citing. No, it just makes me excited. Like, literally, no pun intended. It does make me excited for the future of cosmetic items, I guess, if we want to call them cosmetics and like cosmetic items. Also, complete sidebar, the Halloween event shirt combo with the boots and pants kind of remind me of the primals. Not gonna lie. If you dye that high white, you're just getting into the primals. So, sidebar, I know, but I'm excited to see these type of items go forth.
So just an FYI, I haven't done anything with this, but I want to let everyone know my shame, and that's that I spent way too long looking at those boots on the male Viera, because they look really big. Okay, I'm just saying that the male Viera's feet look really big in those boots. So just thought I would get that out there. Okay. It was a topic of discussion. What can I say? Okay. So Moogle Tome event. Moogle Tome event. Let's see. So the 100 item this time around is the donut earring. Okay. The donut earring. There is always a like 100 tome accessory that kind of is supposed to pique your FOMO, because there's like, this is the only way to get it. This is the only way to get it. Unless they happen to bring it back in a future event, this is the only way to get it. So, does it pique your FOMO?
Yes.
Yes.
My favorite donut, and if you're an OG Smosh fan for any YouTube watchers, is a pink frosted sprinkled donut. So
Ooh.
I have to get a pink frosted sprinkled donut earring.
I mean, I collect all the FOMO earrings. I don't think I've really worn any of them because a lot of times my character doesn't really have visible earrings because of hairstyles or hats or whatever, but I will get it just to have it. Now, yeah. I hope it goes into the armoire, because there are half a dozen of them that don't, that are taking up room in my glamour dresser. So I know. So this is coming out like tonight at 1 a.m. Pacific. So like 7 hours from now. It's got the mug.
I can't math right now.
I just guessed. I'm sure that's fine. Depends on when you're watching this.
Yeah.
Okay. I have the Great Serpent of Ringa. It has come out in a previous event. There is a Savage Mount, which is a pretty cool, like, snake dragon.
Yeah. I think it's the first time we've seen a Savage Mount, if I'm not mistaken, in Moogle Tomes. Which is pretty wild.
And then I don't even have the casual attire coffer. I mean, I'm sure you could pick it up on the market board, but I don't think I have it. And then we have like some don't call them beast tribes. Don't call them beast tribes. Allied Society quest mounts. The camoys are the puppies. A couple of puppies, some furniture, some glams. These are the glams from the Shishui of the Violet Tide. I have like most of them in my glamour dresser. I'm not gonna lie. Some guaranteed portal maps, of course, some cards, some minions like normal. Everyone who has done these Moogle Tome campaigns has their go-tos. What are your go-tos when you get a Moogle event?
That's a great question. My go-tos are pretty much always the 100 item, because I'm bought into FOMO. I'm absolutely bought into FOMO. Even if I don't like it, I want it because I want to say I have it. And truthfully for me, because a lot of these things I already have because of the amount I play the game, the MGP cards or the tickets, Where are the MGP Platinum? Because it's
Platinum.
34. If you hover over it, it tells you how many. I forget how many. 50,000 MGP. Yeah. So I usually, like, I still have a couple mounts that I could buy, but I'm kind of holding out a little bit of gil or MGP there. So yeah, those are kind of my two go-tos every time.
Okay. Yeah, kind of like you. I mean, I'll get the 100 item. I usually get it first just to get it out of the way and to make sure I don't forget about it. But then I'll take a look at these like 50 items and make sure I have all of them. I usually do. But if there's any I happen to be missing, like maybe a barding or something that I just didn't bother getting, then I'd make sure I have it because I like collecting things. And of course, you can see this because it'll have like the little check mark when you go check the Moogle saying you already have it. Mm-hmm. And then I go down all the way down here and I collect the maps. And the fact that there are 3 of these this time and they're only 15 each means I am going to get a lot of them. I am going to get a lot of them. In particular, these, the level 70 full party ones, which have the chance to drop a Thieves map. Oh. Which are required to get a very rare achievement in game. So, me and my maps party each week, we are definitely going to be going after these and stockpiling them so we can get through them. They don't expire. And they stack to 99, so you don't have to worry about them taking up too much space in your inventory, unlike other treasure maps that you can only have like 1 in your inventory and 1 on each retainer and 1 in your saddlebags. These stack and you can have as many of them as you want. So,
I was gonna ask that because I know other maps you have to get very creative of like retainers and mailing them to friends that will mail them back and stuff like that. So it's good to hear that they're like stackable.
Absolutely. So I would be a happy person if I can get like a couple of full stacks of all of these. Now, that's very ambitious given that Dragon Age Veilguard is coming out in a couple of weeks. We have until mid-November on this. So this Moogle event isn't going away until 7.1 drops. So, once you get all of your primary stuff, is there anything you kind of spend the last dregs on, or do you just keep farming MGP?
I kind of go down the list as well. Like, before I even spend on MGP, I probably go down and see if there are, like, hairs or, like, any, like, redeemables that I don't have, or, like, even, like, cards. And I'll spend those on those first, and then everything else just goes to MGP for me right now. I like the idea of the map, so I might give that a shot this time.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. When I saw that, I got super happy. The 3 different maps.
Is that the first time they've done all those types of maps?
Absolutely, yeah. And so we have the 70 full party, the 80 full party, and the 90 full party. And remember, all of these are guaranteed portals. So
that right there is huge by itself.
Unbelievable. This one, the 777 Whiskers, that is the Namazu music for their tribe. Absolutely adorable. One, I highly recommend anyone who hasn't done the Namazu tribe, like, do those quests because it is funny as heck. But if you haven't gotten it, giant Namazu head! Oh my god, I love it!
If we're talking about Namazu, I had to bring out one of my Namazus.
Oh, I love it. Okay, guys. Yeah, no, that is amazing. And the Namazu minions in-game make the cutest little squeaking sound when they're walking.
The mount, too. The mount's fantastic because it's like 8 Namazus and they just quack, 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 quack.
Oh, okay. But definitely a really nice orchestrion roll for just 7. Curiel roots, please don't spend any tomes on them. I have dozens. Dozens of stacks I'm trying to get rid of on the market board. They are dirt cheap because everyone ends up with them trying to get Thavnarian onions. So please don't spend any Moogle tomes on the Curial roots. Please don't. Yeah. You could farm this gear. The dungeon that it drops from is highly soulable after like 80. So I wouldn't really spend money on this unless there's maybe just 1 or 2 pieces you've been really trying to get that just haven't dropped for you, but some of the furniture is kind of cool. I do like the garden tool shelf.
Yeah. I've used the Glade Gazebo a lot too. In certain housing, like outdoor configurations, mostly like a springtime thing.
The towels you can buy with wolf marks. So if you've been doing any front lines or anything, don't spend Moogle tomes on them. Just buy them with wolf marks because you probably have more wolf marks than you know what to do with. And there is a trick. Maybe this could even be a tip of the week. There is a trick to turn trophy crystals, which you get from doing the PvP Malmstones, into wolf marks. So if you don't know what to do with your trophy crystals, you can turn them into wolf marks. I do have a video, I believe, that explains how, so I might put that in the description below too. So towels, probably not something you should spend Moogle tomes on. Especially not when there is like MGP platinum cards and other stuff that you could kind of save up and just in anticipation of them releasing new items have several million to spare. Because how much was the latest mount? Was it 6 million? No.
The highest one is 5.
5, okay.
The multi-seater.
Blackjack, yeah.
Yeah. That's the one I haven't bought yet. I have enough, but I don't love it enough. So I'm holding out until I know what's next.
Do you have the giant pickle?
Oh yeah.
The giant cactar mount, yeah. The 3 million one. Yeah. That one is fun. My husband calls it the giant pickle, so.
That's fantastic. I love going in like RP walk with that one because it's just its little leg.
It also squeaks a bit, I think. No.
Kind of, yeah.
Kind of,
it normally bounces on one leg, but if you walk,
oh yeah,
it does too.
Okay. So yeah, that's kind of my breakdown for the Mog Hendium rewards. Make sure you do your weeklies. Make sure you do your like one-time reward one. We don't know what it's going to be. We don't know. I don't think they tell us in advance.
No.
I don't think they're even going to show. No. I don't think they're even going to show a picture of it. The Ultimog challenge. Yep. So this is something you get 50 tomestones for doing it one time during the entire length of the event. The first time it was the ocean fishing.
I think they give you one of 2 options, no? I thought it was like fishing or blank, but I could be wrong. It's either that for Ultimog or Minimog, where it's an either-or scenario.
I think Minimog. Don't hold me to that. But I remember my how to get points on ocean fishing video doing exceptionally well because people who didn't really ocean fish had to, if they wanted to get that challenge done. The second time was, I can't remember. I want to say it was either Deep Dungeons or
one of the times it definitely was Deep Dungeons.
Yeah, okay, Deep Dungeons, yeah. So it's going to be something like that. It's going to be something that people don't really do very often, or a majority of people don't do. So the Ultimog really kind of pushes you to do some of the like surplus content. Yeah. Final thoughts on Moogle Tome event?
I wish sometimes that there were more items, or kind of like, it's tough for people who do play the game a lot, because I see a list like that and I'm like, okay, I have 99% of it, but there's a couple things I don't have. However, it is a fun time to see people come back to the game. I really love that about the Moogle Tombstone event, is it seems like a lot of times where like FC members log on a little bit more frequently, and kind of the hype starts building up again right up to the patch. So that part I really do love about the Moogle Tome event.
Yeah, I mean, I always start the Moogle Tome event with such high hopes for myself. I'm like, yeah, I'm really going to grind this event. I'm going to do it every day and amass tons of stacks of everything, and I'm going to max it out, and MGP and maps. I'm going to really, really take advantage of this. And then it's always like 2 weeks in and I'm like, oh, I think I did my weekly challenge this week. So it really is something that if you can hold yourself to it and take great advantage to it, there is great reward. But don't beat yourself up if you don't. If you can at least do like the weekly challenge and get those bonuses, you can still put it towards something. But then I always see people in game who are like, oh yeah, I collected all these Moogle tomes and now I have like 96 of these maps. And I'm like, I wish I did that. You know?
Yeah. It's one of those things that it's better to take advantage of it and spend all your Moogle tomes and feel successful than forget about it till the last day and then have to try to grind to your 100 earring. I've never done that before.
No, not at all. Never. Okay. We kind of went through upcoming dates, community check-in. I am going to post that RP poll this week, I promise. Because of Thanksgiving, I didn't get to it this weekend. It's just been absolutely crazy, but stay tuned for that on YouTube. What aren't we talking about? Okay. There is something we were thinking of not talking about, but we don't want to talk about it. So, I suppose long story short, there is a creator who sometimes creates in the 14 community, who has said some very controversial things just recently. Was it today? I think, or within the last...
The buzz is within the past 24 hours.
Within the past 24 hours. Okay. And people are kind of exploding with outrage. Listen, there are some creators, I know this is hard to hear, but there are some creators who create specifically for drama to get interactions like comments and views and shares and retweets and that sort of thing. That's their entire business model, is to say controversial things so they get popularity. It's infamy, but it's popularity. And popularity is money in the social media sphere. So what we're not talking about is the issue that was discussed, because that's completely irrelevant. What matters is that your outrage is specifically giving said creator or creators exactly what they're looking for. So if this we're not talking about it seems particularly vague, it's because we're not talking about the creator. We're not talking about what he said. We're not talking about, people's reaction to it, because none of that matters. So Pyra, do you have any last words for what we are not talking about?
Oh no, I don't want to talk about it now. No, I think it's kind of like in life, you kind of you say your opinion. I've heard the word and it's the wrong phrase, but like you vote with your money. It's kind of a similar concept for me, where certain, giving it attention, giving certain people attention, even if it's like the backlash type of attention, is just putting more money in their pocket, kind of like Debbie said. So sometimes just walk away. That's kind of what I choose to do in a lot of these situations. I feel like it's one of the only ways I can take my power back as a person, as a creator. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, and know who's saying it. So if a person says something shocking, who always says shocking things, it's not an accident. You can't hound them into apologizing because your requests for an apology is what's feeding their income. So if someone who is genuine, who tries to do the best things most times, says something shocking, then yeah, absolutely point it out to them and let them know, hey, this was received the wrong way, and they can interact with that and apologize or address it however they see fit. But content creators, who farm drama, the best thing you can do is just completely ignore it. And it's hard. It's hard because you want to make sure people understand, hey, this is not okay. But that's what they want. That's what they want. And that's why we're not talking about it.
I will say, Jeff in YouTube chat is asking if it was Yoshi P. It was not Yoshi P. We can confirm that.
Yes. Yeah, it was a content creator of
Not
of a
Yoshi.
sometimes 14 variety. And I mean, there are a few creators in the space who kind of lean that way. They kind of say spicy things every now and again. They kind of react to other people's videos every now and again. And I can't do it. I can't do it. I've never been that sort of person. I can't do it. But that is a way to succeed online.
Not Koji Fox either. Virgil, not Koji Fox.
Oh no. Maybe we're being a little too vague here.
We're just gonna see in the news headlines, Yoshi P, what did he do?
We're starting rumors. No.
Oh, no.
So, as a streamer / YouTuber that is not on the 14 production team. Okay. Yeah. So just think about who you're getting your news from. I think that's it for news. What are you up to this week?
So, I'm at New York Comic-Con this week.
Yay!
Yeah. I'm waiting for it. There we go.
A little slow on the button.
No worries. Yeah, I'm at New York Comic-Con.
Oh, we can't hear you.
Oh,
okay.
Hello?
There we go.
Good now? Okay, perfect. Yeah, I'm only streaming Wednesday. We're gonna attempt our full 4. Well, no, we're only gonna do like 2 clears, like M3S and M4S, and then the rest of the week is all Comic-Con. So if you're going to Comic-Con and you see me, say hi. And if you want to know how my trip's going, either in probably Twitter, Instagram, and Discord, I'll keep up with photos. So that's my week.
I definitely want to see some of those photos when you get back.
It's gonna be chaos. Especially because I'm going for work. That is my primary reason. And I am like one of the managers of a marketing department. So most of my photos will be like mixed. My personal photos are gonna be like mixed with my work photos. It's gonna get, I don't even know what's going to happen.
That's fair. That is fair. Okay, I wish you luck. I am going to be streaming tomorrow through Saturday, and we are carrying on. We are at the 3/4 the way through point of Awakening. We're going into Dragon Age 2, which I'm going to speed run to get at least a little bit of time in Inquisition before Veilguard drops. Now, I have some opinions on Veilguard, which I won't put on this channel, but I do have another one that I can link in the description where I will be putting out Dragon Age content. Dragon Age is my baby, my first game franchise that I really, 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 really fell in love with. Yeah. I am excited to get to talk about it, but I am not leaving 14 behind. So we will continue. Exactly. We will continue to talk about 14 news every week, and I will continue to put out Final Fantasy 14 content on this channel. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining me this week, Pyra. It is always a pleasure.
Likewise. Fun as always.
And we are all super excited about the Moogle event starting tonight and the Halloween event starting later this week. So thank you so much for joining us, everyone, and we will see you in game.